Hi, if you're born June 21st to July 22nd and you're a Cancer, what can you expect for the month of June 2014? Let's tune in and find out. So, Cancers, I feel like a lot of you have been licking your wounds. It feels like you've had a rough go of it, maybe some relationship issues, or you may have recently broke up a relationship, or recently lost a loved one, or lost a job, or having to say goodbye to someone. Um, I just feel this underlying grief and licking your wounds, and I feel tired in your energy. I feel a little wiped out, like, oh, get me off this merry-go-round. And I think that you're going to find June a really restorative month. I think that you're going to get the rest and recuperation that you need. I think life is going to slow down a little bit for you. I think that the worst is over, in terms of what you had to deal with emotionally. So let's take a little look first at the area of money, relationships, and health. And I do want to mention that Mercury goes retrograde June 7th to July 1st. And what that means to you is essentially is that, like for all the signs, Mercury it influences our ability to communicate. It influences our ability to move things forward in a proactive way, which is why a lot of times they say don't buy big items, don't make big changes in your life. But you really can, if you just really look at the details. So you just want to double and triple check details. And if you do that, and with communication as well, it's okay. It's just thing gets a little more hampered, so you want to leave a little more time around your travel, or around vacations, or around following what is exactly the letter of the law for what you want to have happen. You just have to double and triple check your facts and with other people to ensure that things are happening on time. But there's a lot of stuff that happens during that time period that are out of your control. Now, especially for you, Cancers, because you're very sensitive, you're a sensitive sign, there might be a lot of like what's that about, like what's going on there during these 3 weeks in June, and some of it could be around friendships and or relationships. And don't take it personal, because it could be a lot of like he said, she said stuff that's not really true. Again, it's just misunderstanding, miscommunication. So I want you to be sensitive to that and not overreact and go gouge out somebody's eyes because you thought they said this about you. And instead they were talking about somebody else, but you know how these go, right? So just don't overreact this month. Slow things down, and you'll be fine. And you'll see that it can be a really smooth, a really relaxing, and a really good month for you. So now we start with a full moon of June 13th. Now that full moon energy for you Cancers, it might be a little bright. In other words, there might be a lot of energy with it. I would suggest for you, if you can stay closer to home around that day, that'd be better for you. Just because there's a lot of like energy with full moons, and because you're sensitive, like sometimes going out in those full moons, if you're at a baseball game and lots of noise and the loud park, and at the end of the day, you can feel wiped out by that. Now, another time in the month, you could feel energized by that, but because it's the full moon energy of a lot happening, for you it tends to like go to the extreme where you might feel a little tired. So just notice that, because here's the other thing: you can have other signs in your birth chart that override that. So this may not make any sense to you at all. So if that's the case, great. But for the majority of Cancers who are really sensitive, doing something big like that can be draining for you, or going to a concert that night can be really draining for you. So you just want to be aware of that, and then if you still want to go, then just add extra time on either end of it so that you get the rest and recuperation that you need. So let's specifically look at money relationships for you this month, Cancer. Well, here's the good news. I see you breaking into your piggy bank, but the good news is you have a piggy bank, so that you do have the money to break into for vacation. So some of you may be going on vacation. Some of you may do some short-term travel, long-term travel. I feel like it opens up to the gambit. And it feels fun. It really feels good, and it feels freeing, and it feels fun. So good for you, Cancer. Those vacations are good for you, and I think you should enjoy them and have a good time. And you know what? You're a hard worker. You know when to come back and to replenish and to put money back into that piggy bank or that savings account. So just don't worry or feel guilty about it, but enjoy yourself, and then do the committed work when you return, or up to the point, so that you make sure that you're not going off the deep end here. And I think that feels good for you. Now, as far as additional opportunities or anything coming into this month, it feels more like quiet. It feels a little quiet, and you have to pull things to you that you want. So you're gonna have to put more effort in this month in order to get what you want. And I think if you do, I think you'll have some success. I think you'll have some unexpected treasures. So that's always good to know that your efforts, go rewarded. That you do something, you're going to get something for it. So I think that's true in this month. But it's not one of those months where it's just going to fall into your lap. It's more of a leisurely month, and the work that you do attempt to do will be rewarded. So that's a good thing. And now, as far as relationships go for you, as I started out, I felt like some of you had just ended relationships. I felt some of you are, feeling a little bruised, a little raw from those relationships. There may be some new energy coming in for you around June 15th around relationships, new blood. Now, whenever new energy comes in or somebody new comes in during a retrograde time, usually they tend to not be long-term relationships. So what I always say to people is like, just have fun, just be in the moment with those friendships and be present and really enjoy the moment. If you do that, then, when you pick your head up, the right person will be in front of you. Okay? Now, if you're in a committed relationship already, Cancers, there may be a little tug of war, like around the 20th or the 21st, that has to do with, time and consideration, what you want, what they want. So just be aware of that. I don't see it any being a big thing, but really it's about speaking your piece and at the same time being able to hear where the other person's at. It's a small thing. I don't think it's a real big deal. As far as your health goes for you for the month of June, let's just see what that could be for you, Cancer. Um, some of you may have some things around your feet, around your toes or around your feet that you may want to be careful of. A pedicure, a manicure, that sort of thing, to just keep your feet healthy is always a good idea. But I'm also feeling like, making sure that you're in the proper footwear based on what your activities are. So clearly, if you're going snorkeling or whatever, you want the right kind of flipper on, as opposed to if you're running on a baseball field, you want cleats, like that sort of thing. So you want to make sure that you have the right shoes on. If you're going dancing all night, maybe you don't want 6-inch heels. Maybe you want to opt for something lower. So just be aware of what you're putting your feet into this month, because I feel like there could be some just challenges with your toes and with the ball of your the pad underneath the toes there. So you just want to be aware of that and be extra cautious. And I think by doing that, you're going to avoid any problems with your feet. Some of you may have had some upper respiratory stuff or sore throat or sinuses going on, and I know a lot of people, lot of people have had tremendous allergies this season. That's been really difficult. So if you're extra sensitive to that, I do feel like you're going to start to get a reprieve. You're going to start to clear things up, and I do think they're going to start to get a little better by mid-month. So I definitely feel like starting to breathe easy and feel much better about that. All in all, Cancer, by the end of the month, we have, moving forward, July 1st, Mercury goes direct. So at that point, then you're really going to find new beginnings available for you, especially in the area of heart and romance. So it could be anything, not necessarily a person, but something that you love to do, like a new love. You could discover something new that you love to do in the month of July. So I do feel like positive things are happening for you, and there's going to be some new self-discovery about new loves, new personal enjoyment or personal fulfillment early in July that's going to really lead you to feeling more rested and more excited about life. All in all, Cancer, it's kind of a quiet, idyllic month for you. Not a bad thing. I'm not picking up like, a little bit here or there, but so manageable. I know I don't have like a lot to say. It's strange, huh? But in a good way. I think you could use like a break, huh? Because God, the last 2 months, I know you guys have been pummeled big. And so it's good that you're getting a little bit of a reprieve. It's going to give you an opportunity to kind of sit back, go through some things that you want to go through, whether it's cleaning out your drawers or your desk or your office, your bedroom, your home. Also, some of you are going to have more time on your hands, and because having more time on your hands, you'll be able to do some things that are nurturing for you. Go to the beach, go to the mountains, go to places where you feel healed, nurtured, and pulled. Okay. that's really going to give you a more balanced and poetic life where you feel happy and you really feel grateful for your existence. And I think you're going to really enjoy the month of June. So have a fabulous June, all you Cancers. And for those of you that have birthdays in June, happy early birthday.